act that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk high, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat, Sharon, Dante, the dark job. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and I'm not going to be seeing you guys for a while. Looks like
it's on its way. It's on its way. I ordered it at halftime, and it's on its way. Hey, Michelle. Let me get you off.
We are 4 games on a 4-game losing streak. I don't care as much optimism as I have and energy I tried to give to the team today. That it doesn't work by smoke and mirrors. This team just does not have it. They've not. I don't know. It's just not a talented team or a staff or whatever. But we're not good. We're not good at offense at all.
When you have Alshon Jeffrey getting 70% of the snaps, somebody said money. Alshon Jeffrey gets 70% of the snaps. Jason Peters out there getting bull rushed by a defensive end at guard. You're not going to be successful, man. We started having a little bit better success when we took JP out and put Nate Hurtbig in there to create a wall. Our offense is not there. I'm be honest with you. Our offense is not there. I always said Jay Rager, even though he's a wide receiver, he's an X factor. He's a Percy Harvin type, and you have to create crossing routes for these type receivers. We don't have that. Everything is an out route, a deep end, not even a dig route, not even a deep dig. That's a 5 or 10 yard in cutting route. We don't even have that in our offense repertoire. The sad thing about it is that Jalen Hurts came in and he resurrected his offense. That pass to Greg Ward in his zone put us in a position where all we need is one more drive to tie the game up or win the game. Jake Elliott, I need your player's card at the end of this.
You gotta go.
When the play lands, we gotta take your player's card. You gotta go, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of being on pins and needles for you kicking an extra point. I know there's a lot of things we can talk about this game. And I'm turning red. I'm dark skinned. I'm turning red. If you see me right now, I'm turning red because I'm so pedo of this team. But I saw some bright spots. And one thing I did see about this is that, yes, the receivers aren't getting as open as we need them to get open. But when the ball is there, you got to make the catch regardless of where the placement of the ball is. Because these quarterbacks, regardless if it's Wentz or is Hurts, they are under duress. I mean, Travis Frogan, yes, we always ask, where did you disappear to? But when the ball comes to your side, catch the ball. That was a 20-yard out before the 2-minute warning that, you stopped. It was a back shoulder route. You were wide open. Catch the ball. You might even make a play and get into the end zone. It's these small little details that have been killing us all season.
All right, Pat. Oh, come on back. Michelle, what did you see out of the game?
Inconsistency as at every level of the ball. Yes, Hurts gave us a spark, but you saw how quickly that even deteriorated. Mm-hmm. He got a sack, he got a pick towards the end. You could see where that was going if that was a quarter earlier and they put him in. And I was glad to see Fulgham get some looks, but where has he been all this time? Where have the coaches put him in? You know what I mean? They've been giving his plays to Alshon. He led in wide receiver receptions in the league weeks 4 through 8. The announcers called it, and then he disappeared. Inconsistency. That's inconsistent. And the tackling, Seth Joyner was going off about the tackling and the linebackers being out of position, not understanding how to play the ball. And he was right. I nominate him for the new defensive coordinator.
See,
Seriously.
if
Because their
you can't
fundamentals
do
were
that.
just
Seth
lacking.
Jordan cannot be the defensive coordinator because you know what he's going to do. He's going to run onto the field. He's going to grab somebody like a face mask, like Mike Singletary did, and pull him off the field and get
Bring it.
fined.
Bring it. Bring it. They need that kind of fire. They need that
For
kind
real.
of fire.
Yes.
Their eye placement was just all over the place. It was just too much inconsistency at every position. Whether he put in Wentz or Hurts, it wasn't going to matter because the O-line was going to do what the O-line did, and that was not protecting. So now we're going to have two quarterbacks hurt? It wasn't going to matter. We was going to get a spark here and there, and then the O-line was going to let us down once again. And then, Slay got burnt. He let me down. He got burnt.
You know what?
He's
I looked at this. I looked at it, and I was saying this to somebody. Somebody texted me and they asked me the question about that, and I said it's a scheme. All right, and a lot of times what happens is you get a player in here that's good in a man-to-man scheme. Now you ask him to play off. And in certain situations, these elite athletes that have been playing one-on-one press coverage all their career, you ask them to play off. Now, yes, they're gonna get burnt. In that situation where it was a switch route on the end zone, that was an outstanding play by Devontae Adams. That was an outstanding play. That was good coverage. It was an outstanding play. The next pass that he got beat on a deep route, he was playing off of him. He had to react to it. Now, the thing about it is, just turn your blinders on. You say, Slay, this is your guy all game. I don't care what the call is. You're playing him one-on-one all game, all right? Get Avonte Maddox out of there. I understand he got injured. Listen, I hate injuries, all right? I'm a football player, and, listen, injuries are the worst thing in the game. But Avonte Maddox at the outside corner, that cannot be successful. When you have a 5'9", I'm 6'1", all right? I'm 6'1". He's 5'9". If I'm 6'1", I'm telling the quarterback immediately, if I'm down in the red zone, throw it up to me against this guy. I don't care what his 40 is. I'm still going over top of this guy, all right? Now, that's a difficulty. Now you're going to get Lazard. Lazard is 6'4". He's 8 inches taller than this kid, right? 6'4", 6'5". He's 8 inches taller than this kid. So he's going to beat him regardless, all right? He's a slot corner, maybe a safety at best. We need Michael Jarrett, you brought up from the practice squad, is a 6'2" corner who has been playing special teams, and when he's thrust into playing the outside corner this year, has been playing very well. We end up doing this with all these tall corners. We had Russell Douglas. He was 6'2". When you put him in situations to play man up, he did it well. Sidney Jones is 6 foot, even though he was injured often. When he was able to play at the end of the season last year, he played very well. Now you got these small guys in here. Nicky Colbin, whatever his name is, he's 5'10". He's getting beat. Avonte Maddox, he's 5'9". He's getting beat. Slay, you're playing him off. Play him up on the man. Tell him not even worry about anything else. So he doesn't have to think too much to play football. When you're thinking playing football, you're not playing football. You got to be reactionary. You got to be, when you're on that field, everything you have to be able to react. I'm sorry for taking up the time. I've been drinking. A lot and watching football.
Let's get the pulse of the fans out there. Who's this? Kevin Langston says about time for Hurts. Yeah, Hurts.
What's up, cuz?
Some time out there. Palatero says coaching staff. Yender says Maddox is so bad. Palatero also says Press Taylor was play calling. Well, was it? I guess he made a comment about Press Taylor's play calling.
We don't know. I'm not. We're gonna be. I don't know. Shout out to Jay Rager. This special teams has been so bland with Boston Scott and Greg Ward catching fair catches. And I said this like 2 games ago. We can't have these guys back there any longer. I understand, fair catching the ball, but what can you do after you catch the ball? I mean, you're not explosive. Like Boston Scott, okay, he's all right for kickoffs. We can fear with him on kickoffs, but he did run into one of his blockers. He didn't make a move. Jay Rager, he's known for kickoff punt returns. Keep him back there. Okay, he dropped a punt. He picked it up and ran 73 yards for a touchdown. Listen, he's dynamic. I said he's a Percy Harvin type guy. He can't just slide him and say he's going to straight up be a receiver like Deshaun Jackson. No, he gives you many different different aspects of the game you can use him with.
All All right, Pat. Pat is going in. All I
I need
know,
a shot, man. This is pitiful. I'm sorry, Dante. I'm sorry, Nichelle, but this
Don't be.
when you look at the opportunities that this team had, even at the end of the game, just kick the extra point. Get the team and keep that team in the rhythm. Make the tackle on Aaron Jones. You get the opportunity to get the ball back, and maybe you never know what can happen. Catch the freaking ball when it comes to you. If it hits your hands, you should, as a wide receiver, you have one job. It's not route runner. It's not blocking. It's catch the goddamn ball, right? Catch the ball. Doggone it. If you don't do anything else, catch the ball. Greg Lewis can't get open, but one thing he could do is catch the ball. Jason, I've been drinking.
Right.
Avant couldn't beat you deep, but the one thing he could definitely do is catch the
ball.
freaking
Gotta
ball.
have a hand. You
All right?
gotta have a hand.
Got to have these hands, regardless of your other talents. All right. If you can't catch the ball, you're not gonna be in the league for forever. Nate Brown was considered the best hands on the team, historically best hands on the team. Right. He couldn't do anything else, but he could catch the ball. I mean, he might not see no time on the field, but the only thing he could do is catch the ball. We need these guys to be efficient in catching the ball.
Yeah, and the defense. This is one time where the defense was not up to. They didn't play horribly, but they didn't play as stout as they played last game. Let's put it that way.
No, they didn't. And we left the run again 9 times the first half. 9 times we ran the ball in the first half.
You know what? You're right about this. The thing about it, and you look at it and you break it down. I'm disappearing because I'm getting so red. All right. The thing about it is that we had over 100 yards rushing.
Finally.
The whole team, the Packers, before that 77-yard run, didn't have near close to 100 yards rushing. They had 72 yards total rushing, total as a team before that 77-yard run. Right? So I understand at one point in time, you do need to throw the ball. You do need to throw the ball, and it becomes, you're chasing points now because your defense is not doing what you're doing. But it's also on the offense because your offense is not going out there executing the plays. We need to see.
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you they was going to start the first series running the ball, and then they was just going to run away from it? That's what they did.
We ran the ball.
Exactly what they did.
What happened? See, we ran the ball. So we did what the media asked us to do, what the fans asked us to do. So we had to throw the ball. No, you don't, man. You don't. You threw the ball. Actually, believe it or not, it was a balanced game. It was 27 pass attempts total and 25 rushes.
Yeah.
But the quarterback
still wasn't enough. Offensive line just didn't hold up. Like Michelle says, it didn't matter if it was Wentz or Hurts. The protection wasn't holding up. So, although it may have given us a shot in the arm for a couple of plays, it was just going to be – it was inevitable that it was going to return to the O-line because everything starts with the O-line, and they were not holding up. Jalen Hurts was under pressure just as well as Carson Wentz when he was in there. So
I like this comment.
That's going to be the talk of the town tomorrow. I mean,
it is.
The fact that Carson got pulled for Jalen Hurts. Now, where do you go from here? That's going to be the big question going down the line. I mean, we're four game losing streak. I'm not coming on Sundays anymore until I see the Tomahawk. That's a given. All right. So you just lost me for Sundays.
No, you didn't, because the Tomahawk was coming.
And now we got the potential of Jalen Hurts for the rest of the year. Well, my personal opinion. First of all, let me just state that I won't be here on Sundays, but I'll still be here on Thursday's show. So I'll still be here once a week. Anyway, all right, so you bring this Jalen Hurts in. I'm not totally against it because Carson has been he's been sucking. He's been sucking up, and we are, although mathematically we're still in it, there's really no chance for us. So if they want to see what they have in a young kid, I guess I'm not totally against that because somebody's going to get beat up. I mean, somebody's going to get beat up playing behind this line. It's not going to get better before the year is over. I just don't see it. It's 4 games to go, and it's been this horrible for this extent of the season. It's not going to overnight turn into something that's going to be respectable or anything like that. So if you think about it like that, give the young guy. Let's see what he got. I hate to say it, but if you got to put a sacrificial lamb out there to play behind this line, it better be the young guy than your. Because I don't pull the plug on Carson Wentz. He's still the franchise quarterback to me. I just think that he needs a different coaching staff. I think it's just better for the coaching staff and the quarterback to part ways at this point.
Dante, I got to stop you on that one because I have all the confidence in Carson Wentz coming into this game. I'm a Carson Wentz fan. I got his jersey in my closet, and I'm a big believer in Carson Wentz. But there were a few plays, especially the 2 sacks back to back, where you walk yourself into those sacks. I understand the offensive line, especially that 1 sack wasn't on Carson Wentz because it was on Jason Peters. When you get pressure from the inside, that's not on you. I understand that. But for you to run into another sack, you're taking your eyes off the field and you're worrying about the rush. When you do that, you cannot concentrate. You cannot be an efficient quarterback. Quarterbacks is going to get a hit. And the one thing you cannot worry about all the time is the rush. He's shell shocked.
That's what I said.
Not accurate. And the guy realized we're not paying the refs off enough. We're not paying the refs off enough. That was a pass to the. Let's be honest. That pass to Boston Scott, right? He made the right read. Even though Greg Ward broke open on the left side, he scrambled to the right, made the right read through the Boston Scott. That linebacker tackled Boston Scott before the ball even got there, but was no call. He made the right read. Then all of a sudden he reverted back to Carson Wentz of this year.
And Devontae Adams face mask, another missed call when he scored that touchdown.
I even put in the post. I said, you know what? A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they will never call that call, especially when it gets us, because we don't pay the refs enough. All right, they won't call that call. That push off by Alshon Jeffrey. If that was another team that did that, they would never call that.
Carson played himself onto the bench today.
Very expensive backup.
Again, I mean, he's playing himself to the bench probably earlier than this. We all agree, but they finally actually acted on it, and they benched him. Yeah. This is going to be the talk of the week. The franchise quarterback has been benched. How long does it stay in place? Is this something that just give him a slap in the face and he's back next week?
No.
Or is this something that maybe you need to sit down a next game also and let the young guy play and kind of sit back and take it all in? I don't know. This is big though. This is huge.
Yeah, let him sit. I say let him sit. You know why? Because first of all, if you really think about it, have they treated Carson Wentz like they've treated the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, the Russell Wilsons of the world? Have they really respected him enough to build this team up around him so he could be successful? Because they haven't.
No,
I don't think they have at all. If I was him, I'd be like, all right, you want me to sit? I'll sit, get my mind right. Let him take the beating. Let young boy take the beating. Yeah, he's going to get some spark here and there, but there's nothing you're going to be able to do with that O-line for the long term. That is not sustainable. I don't care who's playing quarterback. People can talk about Hurts this, Hurts that.
Yeah.
Hurts might get hurt. And what about his career?
Yeah.
This O-line has been a problem for a minute, and we haven't addressed it at all. Besides the coaching and the play call, I mean, really, besides Wentz and the Hurts controversy, I see a lot of people calling for Howie and Doug's head still. It didn't matter that, he put Hurts in because they're just, it needs to start from the top. And I see some people here saying the same thing. It definitely needs to start from the top because it's not going to get any better. Now we're going to have Hurts that's getting hit every other play, who's always running for his life. How long is he going to be able to sustain that in his first year of the league behind a Swiss cheese O-line? How long?
Well, we said the same thing, and I hate to put this analogy up there. Kyler Murray, they're almost, Jalen Hurts is about 6'1", with cleats on, maybe 6'2". Well, no, he's 6'1". Let's be honest. Kyler Murray is 5'9", 5'10" with cleats on, and his offensive line is not the best. But being able to be mobile outside the pocket, like Carson Wentz we always talk about getting him outside the pocket so he can make those plays. He makes some plays outside the pocket, but his eyes drop. The thing about it is that he's so shell shocked that now he gets out the pocket and he doesn't see anything. We don't. I'm like, it's a wonder how did this change within a 7 to 8 month span. And I understand that we're gonna bring up the concussion thing. That might have something drastically to do because Carson said after he got that concussion, he couldn't remember nothing. He couldn't remember nothing. So that may be, the sustaining. It might be sustaining him right now to where as though that he's almost forgot how to play quarterback. Can it be he got the hips like Markel Fultz? I'm gonna take a shot. I don't know about you guys. But
I don't think you need to take no more shots. You tripping? No, I'm only kidding. No. We
I'm
can
gonna
take a shot to our
Jalen
Philadelphia
Hurts,
Eagles, and this I'm disgusted, but I'm also like enamored by the talk this week because Carson was benched, and people have been calling for it. We finally see it, and we're about to see mushroom cloud type of reaction after this. I'm telling you. All right, so
for sure.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not even doing that.
And I don't know what it is, but he was like, he was not that dude. He may have the yips. I might tend to, I don't know. He may have the yips, and he needs.
Tony Romo said it, bro. Tony Romo said it. Like, listen, he's a Cowboy, so I never liked him. All right, but the one thing about him being a commentator is that he is keeping it 100 real. He said that he drops his eyes and doesn't see what's going on, and something is really wrong with Carson Wentz. Something that we don't see is really wrong with Carson Wentz.
We see it.
Well,
it's
we
the
see
offensive
it.
line. He sees it too. He sees he has no protection. He doesn't trust those guys in front of him. Mm-hmm. That's why he's dropping his eyes. That's why he's dropping his head to look at the rush that's coming because he doesn't trust his line to keep him upright long enough to find people down the field. You only get about 3 to 5 seconds to get rid of the ball in the best case scenario, right? That's the quicker ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Carson doesn't have. He has not only the spotting of the open receiver, but in the back of his mind or even the forefront of his mind, he's looking at that offensive line in front of him.
But that's a problem.
Protection.
That's a problem. Quarterback, you're going to get a hit. You got to get that out of your mind. So you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let me deliver this ball regardless if my offensive line is trash or not. If my offensive line is trash, okay, fine. I don't care. Let me make sure this guy gets this ball. When you start thinking about your offensive line, then you are the problem. Yes, the offensive line can give you 1.1 second like Jason Peters did. And that happens, all right? That happens. But for the past 5 games, you got 3+ sacks, and out of those 3+ sacks, maybe 2 or 3 of them is on the offensive line. That makes absolutely no freaking sense, all right? Get the ball out of your hand. Stop worrying about your offensive line. You know they're terrible. As an offensive coordinator, get your guy outside. You don't want to get him outside. Throw quick passes.
You know what's going to suck, though? Doug gets to use this as Wentz is going to be Doug's scapegoat. Yeah. Because the talk is going to be over the quarterback controversy, and nobody's going to talk about the fact that a lot of this is still on the coaching. He's definitely this gives him cover to still be subpar with his coaching and his teams right now.
But it gives them the opportunity to say, you know what, Hurts. It gives Howie Roseman's time to save face, like Doug Peterson saved face. I saw that look.
So how the hell are you going to give Howie some? Because you look around this field too. Not only is it coaching, but you talk about Carson once he's not looking for the open receiver, but his receivers are not getting open like that. They're not getting a lot of separation. So with the faulty offensive line and receivers that are not getting open, that's a recipe to do what Carson's been doing, getting hit a lot and sacked. You know what I'm saying? You get 5 seconds. You drop back. If you got enough time to find someone,
you're not calling them plays to get them open.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna give you honest. You got 5 wide receivers, and all your 5 wide receivers, they're running curl routes. That's it. They're not doing anything else other than that. As a defensive coordinator, that's the easiest thing I could defend. If I got 5 wide receivers and nobody's running a crossing route, nobody's running a deep route, nobody's running a seam or a post or stuff like that, you make my job easy. You make my job easy. As a cornerback, if I know I got Alshon Jeffrey on me, and I gotta defend him, and all he's doing is running a curl route or a comeback route, and that's it, you make my job easy. You make my job easy. What makes a cornerback and a defensive coordinator's job difficult is when these offensive coordinators devise these plays that get receivers open, i.e., crossing routes, i.e., comeback zigzag routes. Those routes don't exist in this offense. Have you seen a receiver run a zigzag route, an in and an out route? No. Have you seen a receiver besides a tight end run a seam route? No. Let's be honest. We don't have that in our repertoire. We don't have that in our offense, and it doesn't get these guys open. And when you don't get these guys open, now you're blaming wide receivers for not getting open. It's not always on the wide receiver. The offensive coordinator has to devise plans to get these guys open. He's not doing that.
all right. I can't take anything away from that. That does play a big part of it. Is play design. So we have a combination. We just have a perfect storm on a horrible team, if that makes any sense. We have a perfect storm for a horrible team.
That's how it feels to be like the Washington football team, the Giants of the past. Man,
the Giants won. I'm still done over that right now.
Oh,
seriously.
Goodness.
Well, we could have did that. Let's be honest. The Seattle Seahawks aren't the team like they used to be. Their defense is atrocious.
They're not.
We had opportunities last week. We had opportunities this week. But it's the vanilla, crappy offensive play calling that's not giving us opportunities to win. Our defense is doing the best that they can do with what they have. If our offense is not putting up points, our offense is not doing what we need them to do, it's nothing in the world that, this team can go any farther than that. We just got to look and hope that we can get a top 5 draft pick now and hope that whoever's picking a pick – besides Howie Roseman, is not going to mess it up.
Pat, I did not just hear you say that.
You heard me say
said that? Oh, my
Listen,
goodness.
we're going to be if we keep playing the way we're playing today, we definitely going to be in the top 5. At 3, we at? What's our record? 3-8.
I can't deny it. I mean, go.
Come on, Dante. We're 2 wins away from the Jets. We're 3 wins away from the Jets. The Jets lost a game on a freaking ball that all they had to do was tackle the guy, maybe. Come on now.
All right, it's too early to be talking about who we might be targeting with the top 5 picks, so I'm not going to say.
We talking about getting a wide receiver in this draft. We don't have an offensive line to block for a quarterback.
Yeah, this thing is ugly right now.
We need Trey Thomas in here.
Something is going to have
to
happen.
Trey Thomas here. We need Trey Thomas there. We need former Eagles to come here and help coach this team and give them some heart because they're playing like the Coyote line right now. And as I fade out again because I'm getting so peed.
No, this thing is broken, man. It's broken. I think it has to be a total tear down and build up. And I mean by front office, Howie needs to go, and a new coach in this. It has to be repaired. I don't hate Howie. I think he's a great contract guy, although he has us in salary cap hell going into next season.
I guarantee you by next season
he would have worked it out. Yeah, he would have no problem working those numbers out. My problem with him is talent evaluation and the draft. He has not replenished the stocks or the stash. We have nothing in the coffers resembling like worthy players that's going to take the places of the Jason Kelce's, because he might not come back next year. Let's face it. Jason Kelce may retire, and we don't have anybody that's ready to step in and take his place, so to speak. We can look at a lot of positions, and we just don't have the young talent. So I think we need to tear it all down, get a better front office person than Howie, somebody that's going to delegate the personnel evaluation over to the draft department and not try to play draft expert and contract man. I mean, It hasn't worked. It's not working. We look back over the past 9 drafts, and we have like one Pro Bowler, I think, one Pro Bowler, 2 Pro
And
Bowlers,
it's Carson
Mm.
Wentz.
and
They were,
that's
yeah,
horrible.
they were calling for Howie's head on Twitter.
Yeah, they
They
were.
were
Yes.
definitely calling for his
Yeah.
head on Twitter.
You know, I can't even go on Twitter, so I my account is gone. It is.
Well, it's well warranted. Let's put it that way. Howie said it needs to be called. Doug Peterson, sorry you got caught in the crossfire, but you got to go too because he has to go for himself. You know what I'm saying? He has to go
Well,
to
Dante,
salvage his own career because it's
isn't
not
our
going to
GM
happen here.
isn't our GM a accountant?
Yes.
Then why is he worrying about player development and drafting players? Why don't he just do what his normal position is accounting and getting money right?
Say
Michelle,
it again. Say
Michelle,
it again.
I tell you right now, if I am, about money, why am I, advising you on relationship goals? Why am I advising you on relationship?
Yeah,
I'm not going to
right.
tell you.
That
No,
makes
no,
no
you get
sense.
the bank account right. I'll tell you what I need.
I get your
You
money
the
right.
bank account
Yes.
right.
Why am I in your relationship? That
Yeah,
absolutely
no.
make no sense. That's potatoes and potatoes, or
Yeah.
tomatoes and tomatoes, whatever.
The only thing he should be doing, they should be evaluating players outside of Howie. If we had a reliable OC and a reliable coach to do so, the only thing Howie should be doing is figuring out how to make it happen,
Yes.
and then giving their options. These are your options with the money that we have. You can either have A, B, or C, but you can't have D and E. That's all he should be doing. He should be telling you where the money is, but the decision to pick these players does not need to fall on him or Lori for that matter. It needs to be on some reliable coaches and some player personnel professionals that know how to evaluate talent, and we don't have that right now. It's like a banana republic up in the head office right now, and I don't understand what's going on with them between the Doug and the OC duties and Swartz just lacking. It has to start at the top if we're going to fix this team. It has to start with them before the players, because you could have got a lot more out of the players that we have if we had the right staff around them. That's just my opinion.
Well, I agree. Imagine, I can only imagine, but imagine in the drafts we talk about that hurt my heart. The DK Metcalf. Imagine we had somebody in there who actually could evaluate talent, and they chose DK Metcalf.
Justin
what?
Jefferson.
Justin
Jefferson the same way.
I saw
Oh my
I saw a post and they asked putting different pills up there. You keep Frank. You put it up there actually in the group. You keep Frank
yeah.
Robinson. I mean Frank Reich and whatever. Carson Wentz stuff. You get injured.
I'll keep Frank Reich.
DK Metcalf.
You draft DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I chose the black pill. Even though I like Jalen, he could be an X factor, and maybe we can draft actually a real legit receiver next year. DK right now is a monster. He can't be good. He stiff armed the crap out of this dude from the Giants. I'm not gonna lie to you. He caught the ball and said, "Get off me." But he's a monster in the field. And Justin Jefferson, it's just the offense that he's in. He's played with he's played with a Heisman Trophy quarterback, right? Then he comes to the NFL. He has a legit number one on one side. He has a very talented running back in the backfield that gets you wide open. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna tell you why that wouldn't work, because we would still have the play calling of Doug Peterson. So it wouldn't matter if you had DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson right next to each other on opposite sides. That's my my choice was for the red pill, because had we had Frank Wright in here, he would have made a better choice. He might have gotten DK and Justin if he was the head coach alone. And if he was the head coach with those two guys, I would stand our chances a lot better.
We just gotta do some crossing routes, man. I need crossing routes. We don't have crossing routes. Why we don't have crossing? Why you got 5 receivers out there running? Everybody running different levels of out routes. The middle of the field is wide open.
They're coming, Pat. We're getting
next year?
As soon as everybody gets fired on the offseason. When they clean house here, we're gonna get a competent front office person, and a competent coach, maybe Jim Harbaugh,
Miles Sanders,
uh,
listen, man, give
maybe
him 20.
Eric Bieniemy. We're gonna
Miles
get a
Sanders
coach
needs
in
20
here.
carries. Miles Sanders needs 20 carries. I'm gonna say it one more
Yes,
time again.
yes,
20 carries. Shell
I
had a
agree.
comment up here, and I gotta find it. I don't
Look,
know.
Doug is already playing smoke and mirrors. He don't know who the quarterback going to be.
Yeah, it's
Thanks for
gonna
the
be Jalen
info
Hurts.
too.
Yeah, yeah,
Look, but he's already deflecting from his own, issues.
yeah, yeah. That's what. Oh man, this is.
It's 8 o'clock.
They're the scapegoat. Quarterback controversy is going to be the scapegoat for Doug to still call BS plays for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Yeah, they put Jalen Hurts in there, and yeah, I you're right, but
That makes
I
me
I
mad.
think he's already done. I don't think he could do any worse to his reputation. I think he's done enough to warrant we might have to parting ways with him, man. So I don't think he can hurt that anymore. He put Jalen Hurts in there. They're
If
gonna
he gets
blame it on
hurt,
something
it's
else.
going to be a wrap for Doug.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a wrap for Doug anyway. I mean, we're on a
Doug's
four-game
gonna get one
losing
more
streak,
year.
and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. We have to play the Saints and the Cardinals. That looks like two more losses if you look at
Yeah.
it honestly. I mean, come on, the Saints. That's like today's game, and then the Cardinals are playing. They're playing good also. So this doesn't look like it's going to be letting up. It may playing Jalen Hurts may give him a little leeway. I mean, may give him he had the young guy in there and all that. So maybe they stop the counter right now with losses if he plays the young guy right now. But these losses are on Doug Peterson too.
Yeah.
So I don't care who's
Yo,
the starting quarterback.
he threw a nice
loses
ball
two
to
more
Jalen
games.
Rager.
That's a 6-game losing streak, and he
It's
takes
pretty
all of it.
ball.
He threw a real nice ball to Jalen Rager.
Yeah, he did.
He throws a nice ball, especially on the move. Like I mean, he makes you want to actually spot a quarterback. He brings that back to our office. You remember when we had Donovan McNabb? They actually had a defensive lineman or a linebacker spot a quarterback. When Michael Vick was a quarterback, you damn sure know they had somebody spying the quarterback. Now, I mean, Carson Wentz doesn't. He has athleticism to do that. But with Jalen Hurts in the game, he actually is a guy that say, you know what, I really need to spot him. He ran for 2 first downs. At one point, he was the leading rusher. He has 29 total rush yards or 5 attempts. And this is because everything broke down. So he gives you something more right now because Carson Wentz is so broken. And I'm not talking about overall. I'm talking about because right now in this season, Carson Wentz is so broken that I don't know if it's fixable, man. I really don't know if it's fixable.
He's probably going to leave and go somewhere else and win a Super Bowl.
He's going in Indy, and he's going to trade for him. Frank Wright is going to trade for him. I'll tell you right now. Frank Wright,
and he's going to excel because that's going to be our karma.
Yeah. It might be. It might not be because he's in the AFC. So AFC's they got some guys over. They got some teams over there. Especially Tennessee.
If the way he plays under Frank Wright, he can elevate that team. That's what they need over there. I
got a question though.
If they had a 2017 Carson Wentz over there right now, they'll be mentioned in the same breath with Kansas City. Their defense is not bad over there, and they got some weapons on offense. They just need a quarterback. They need a quarterback.
I got a question.
I don't want to see my quarterback go though, because I don't think
I don't want to go
he's
either.
broken beyond repair. I think he can be repaired. I just think that it's going to take a new coaching staff, some new teachers to him, because that's my problem. My problem with him is that I think they stopped teaching him too early. Once he had that near MVP season, I think they
had a blow up on the sideline.
Yeah.
They had a blow up on the
sideline. Yeah, he was mad. He was mad. Yeah, Lurie's going to have to choose.
Did you see Jason Peters missed the block? What you talking about? He was pissed off. But you know what?
Lurie's going to have to choose. He's going to have to choose between his quarterback and that coach.
I want to ask y'all a question. Right now. How did the offense look in the hands of Carson Wentz compared to the hands of Jalen Hurts?
Say what?
How did the offense look in the hands of Carson Wentz compared to the hands of Jalen Hurts?
I think it looked the same. I mean, like in the short period of time I got to witness it, I didn't think that Jalen Hurts had done so much that I was ready to say, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we do. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Mhm.
enough. I mean that maybe that initial kick when he first got in there, that first pass was beautiful. But after that, he looked like Carson Wentz back there to me. I
He
mean,
had to
like
keep running.
yeah, he had to keep running. He was pressured. So I can't adequately judge that right now off this one
Yeah,
time
the O
off this
line
short
didn't
period.
play any better. He just has a little bit more vision because he's not shell shocked or has the yip to run out of that. But the pressure didn't stop. The O line, like I said, the O line's going to do what the O line's going to do, and that's the problem. We need to really fix that now,
Do you
or it
think?
doesn't. Like I said, it's not going to matter. Put whoever you
Mhm.
want back there. You want to keep Hurts, keep Hurts. You want to keep Wentz, keep Wentz. But what you going to do with that O line?
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. When they took Jason Peters out there, they have a little bit longer protection back there. I was looking at it when Jason Peters in there and getting beat all the time. Like he needs to retire. He's costing the
Yeah.
team. He's really costing the
Mm-hmm.
team, both financially and on the field. And when you're doing that, you're not an asset to the team no more. You're a Hall of Fame player. You don't have to prove anything. You have a Super Bowl ring. You're going to be first ballot Hall of Famer. Now you're ruining your chances with that. All right. This mentor, be a mentor to these guys and move to the side. You didn't have no foot injury. I know what you did. You know you was bad. Keep that
But
same
that's not.
energy.
I'm
Keep it.
sorry. That as much as Jason Peters has been the target of
Yeah, he
my
has been there.
ire,
He's been
but
earning.
it's not his fault that he's on this team. It's the
You're
front
right.
office's fault.
You're right.
He's not,
Harry
you know what I mean?
Roseman
He's
making a
not
bad
going to
judgment.
those guys saying, "Yo, sign me." I mean, like, sign me, please sign me. They're coming to get him every year at past his prime and letting him dictate to them
Dante, you're right.
things that's going on. It's not his
You're
fault. Like,
100% right, Dante. I'm gonna lie to you right now. I'm 30 something, and if they said, Pat, we want you to play, 6 games, and we're going to give you $5 million, you think I'm turning that down? I don't care
not at
how
all.
washed up I am right now. I'm like, yep, soup me up, coach. Guys, all my friends I played with, because these guys, they're even though they might be in a peak shape that they are, say, I'll give you $10 million to go on the field and play six games. Nobody's turning that down. Jason Peters did the right thing. As a player, he did the right thing, taking the money that a team that offered him to get on the field. He needs to retire, and we say, you know what? And he needs to understand that his time is cooked. But at the
No, he
same
don't. He
time,
don't need to
he don't
do that.
he
He don't need to
understands
do
that
that.
this is his last contract.
He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't. I mean, not to be
No,
mean or
you're
anything
right.
like
You're
that.
right. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't need to do that.
If
The
they're
front
gonna pay
office
him,
needs to realize that he doesn't have it anymore. If he wants to believe he can still play and go make $1 million, that's his. He can do that.
$10
That's his
million,
prerogative.
10 million.
But for the sake of this team, the front office needs to recognize that he's not that guy anymore.
He's
Stop
not even
bringing him
close
back.
to it. He's
Stop
not even
bringing him
close.
back. It's not his fault that it's not his fault that we're stuck with him. It's not his fault that we're stuck with him. You know what I mean? He didn't sign himself, you know what I'm saying? But, with that being said, we don't have any who's our future left tackle now? I mean, is it Jordan right now
Yes,
as we speak, and maybe
yes.
Jordan?
He played a good
Uh,
game.
yeah,
He would played a good
I'm
game.
not
I
saying he
mean,
didn't. Driscoll is probably the most productive rookie out of this draft
yes, he
class
is.
we've had.
I
And
think I
that's
think what
not
happens
saying a
is
lot, but that's not saying a lot when it's Driscoll.
I think what happens is next year this is what's going to be a lineup. They're going to move Isaac to center because Jason has given his everything to this Philadelphia team. Period. Since he came into the league, he was talking about being undersized, and he's put it all on the line. And he's done after this year. So I think what happens is they can move Isaac to the center because he was a center coming out of college. They're gonna move Isaac to the center. They move Driscoll up to left guard. They're gonna move Brandon Brooks is coming back. Brandon Brooks will be the right guard, and you're gonna have Lane Johnson, and Andre Dillard's gonna be in the swing tackle. because Jordan Mailata right now has been so good that you cannot deny this guy the position of left tackle, especially after he got a year under his belt. He means he gets one off season after being a starter. You know he's going to improve.
Who's that?
Jordan Mailata.
Oh yeah.
Mailata, yeah.
So it's gonna be Mailata. It's gonna be Mailata, Driscoll, Isaac, Brooks, Johnson. That's my prediction right now for next year.
All right, I'll take that. So I mean, Andre Dillard,
he's gonna be a swing tackle. He's gonna be a swing like Big V. Big V was very integral in us getting to the Super Bowl, right? He's gonna be a very involved piece of our offense. So is Nate Herbig. He's going to be a very integral piece. Those two guys playing so much this year is going to give the offensive line a jump for next year. All right. I mean, we always talking about how our line is bad this year, but this experience that these guys are getting right now, it means the world. And it helps the future. The future, might not see it right away, but Jordan is a young guy. He's like 23. He's 23, 24. I mean, and he moves like a freaking running back, right? So you keep him at left tackle. Andre has some more things to do. Andre Dillard, he doesn't have that dog in him, so he has to be a swing tackle. Nate Herbig, he's played this year. He's been okay. He hasn't been outstanding. He's been very okay and serviceable when he's played. Lane Johnson is probably the best right tackle when healthy. It's been really not a lot of games that he's been healthy. You move Isaac to center because I mean that's his natural position. Brandon Brooks is the best right tackle in football, regardless of what injury he had. I believe he'll be back before the end of the season. And you have a line for next year. But besides that, I don't know what's going on.
Well, I know what's going on. I'm not coming back on Sundays and witness this bullshit. This is it. I was
waiting for that curse word, man. It's
I was
49 minutes. It took 49 minutes.
Oh yeah. I'm Aretha May's son. And then one thing she said, I said that, and I meant that shit. I meant that. I'm not coming back here on
you
Sundays.
Never lie about that.
I'll see y'all on Thursday, but I won't be here.
So if you get this tomahawk steak, you're not gonna come back on?
If I get this tomahawk steak, I'll come on here and show y'all the tomahawk steak back on the show while I'm on here.
You get one.
No, this is
It's disheartening though, man.
Yeah, this is sorry. This season is like just as fairy tale-ish as the Super Bowl years. This is like it's equally nightmarish what we're experiencing just 3 years removed from winning a Super Bowl. We're not talking about. We're just 3 years removed from winning a Super Bowl, and this team looks like this
hot
organization.
garbage.
Yes, is in
we don't like the Falcons, you know.
Yeah, I
got to do a shot for you, Dante, man. I know we at the 50-minute mark on the show. I appreciate everything you have done for us. Nichelle, thank you for coming on to the show. You've been awesome addition. This hasn't been a great season, but at the same time, we don't experience a lot of these. In the past 20 years, we only had 3 seasons where we haven't been, under 500, and this is one of them. So this is the third season actually. So shout out to everybody watching us right now. Shout out to all the haters because we got a lot of haters, especially in your cul-de-sac over there, Dante.
Yeah.
I might move down there, man. If you got a home available, I'm gonna get a promotion soon, hopefully.
It's a seller's market, so it's always.
I know, but I just want to do a shout to you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna play some pool right now.
All right, okay. Thank you, everybody. Let's toast our Philadelphia Eagles, and I will see y'all on Thursday because I'm not going to be here next week. So, man, I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, for the Sandlin Boy Patrick and Nichelle, the beautiful Nichelle. I can't say that, right? That's trademark. Okay, the beautiful Nichelle. We out of here until Thursday. We'll see you guys where we'll go over this debacle today and talk about it more. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. Take us out, Pat.
Still bleeding.
Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Can't hit him, 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 listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk high, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat, Sharon, Dante, the dark.